My Chemical Romance.
And who is in My Chemical Romance?
5 guys, 4 guys from New Jersey, 1 guy from Chicago.
And who are you?
Gerard Way.
And who's beside you, Gerard?
Ray Toro.
I am beside Gerard Way.
Right off the bat, My Chemical Romance, I'm stoked to talk to you because you like Swedish death metal band?
Like At the Gates.
At the Gates!
Wow, you did your homework. Yeah.
I love At the Gates. What can you tell the people about At the Gates? They are amazing!
I think At the Gates is probably one of the most influential and best metal bands in the last decade. I think that was the best metal record of that decade.
Slaughter of the Soul is retarded good.
Yeah, like I saw some sort of poll, and they were like #1 of the 90s, like best metal album.
Absolutely the best. They couldn't even make another one after it. That's how good it was.
So I'm pegging you My Chemical Romancers as At the Gatesers, meaning kind of metalish. Are you guys kind of metal?
I mean, I grew up listening to a lot of metal, like Ozzy Osbourne.
You're not afraid to say you're metal.
No, not at all. I mean,
metal. I mean,
that's part of our, our childhood. So.
Were you guys stoked to work with Howard Benson? Who was Howard Benson, and didn't he do Motorhead?
That's why we were stoked to work with Howard Benson, because he did Motorhead. He had done a bunch of other records that actually went platinum, but we were excited.
That was the main reason why we kind of decided was because of the Motorhead records.
Yeah.
Did he tell you anything about Motorhead or about Lemmy?
I always ask him about Motorhead. I think he got sick of it. Every day we'd ask him a new Motorhead story, and he had tons of them.
He told us that Lemmy survives on a diet of Jack Daniels and like Doritos. That's all he eats constantly. And whenever they were in the studio, that's
Doodles, I couldn't remember.
Just some kind of snack food, and that's all he eats is booze and snack food.
And he's been doing that for years, hasn't he?
For years.
Now, how about for you guys? What do you survive on? Isn't that what all rock and rollers survive on?
we survive on.
Like you're making fun of Lemmy, but he always survives on that. Everybody survives on that.
Well, we survive on coffee.
Coffee, cereal, and video games.
Cigarettes. Big. For some of the guys, not right. Me, I smoke a lot.
So would you say that Gerard has any similarities with Axl Rose at all, considering the metal tendencies of My Chemical Romance?
No, I mean...
I'm a big fan, but I hope I'm not like him.
I mean, he's a great performer, but that's about it, like...
I thought you, Gerard, have to dance. You have to dance.
Well, I like dance moves.
And the funny thing is I can't dance off stage at all. I have no rhythm. Only when the band's...
Yeah, when he's playing, you got to see some of the stuff he pulls out.
Yeah, can you pull something out for us, please? Can you do an Axl?
He did this one move where he was like some burlesque, like Broadway, did a high kick, and I started cracking up. It was so cool.
Ass spanking.
Ass spanking is new.
Is
that Axl? Ass spanking?
No, Axl's more of like a shimmy or something. I'm not a shimmy type of guy. I like the ass spanking.
I think that's a compliment to be compared to Axl Rose.
No, I do take it as a compliment. I just think he's crazy.
You're talking about the good back when he was
Axl.
But is there something bad about Axl?
Remember when he showed up on the music awards looking like a football player?
Braids.
Yeah, he was.
I totally love the guy though. But
Fat Mike once told me that if you get braids, you get more chicks. Is that true?
Is that what Fat Mike said? I would never get braids, so I would never know.
But Axl wearing braids is okay. It's okay, isn't it? Or did that kind of make you a bit mad?
I think the bandana made it okay.
I don't know. I just was not happy with his whole look. Plus, he couldn't sing worth a damn when he came. He was just off.
Running around too much.
I don't know.
He's still better in Velvet Revolver, isn't he?
What?
Come on, Axl is better than the entire Velvet Revolver.
I don't know about that. We got to see them. We played a show with them. It was pretty impressive, I thought.
My Chemical Romance, we're here in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. What are some Canadian connections for you guys?
Let's see. Do we have any Canadian connections?
In Europe, did you not sing the song Mother with Death from Above?
That's right, Death from Above 1979, who were Canadians.
Oh, that's right. They're the only Canadian band we like.
No, we like that band we went on tour face to face with.
What are they called? We just saw them a couple
They're
days
great
ago, too.
from London.
Chris Hans, do you know who's out on tour face to face?
Embarrassing, almost. Seconds to Go.
Seconds to Go, that's it. Yeah,
Seconds to Go. They're really good. Yes, so we were in this really small place that has a really good jukebox that plays Danzig, and we kept talking about Danzig all day. And Death from Above said, yeah, we're going to play right after we played a gig together that night in some big room, and then they said, let's go to the club and do Mother, and it was really fun.
You did Mother together. Mother, you and Death from Above.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Those are great dudes, and they cut good hair, too.
Yeah, I understand. He cut your hair. What did he do?
Well, it was long.
That was Jesse of Death from Above. Let's give him some credit, right?
Yeah, that was Jesse, and he cut my hair. Well, he told me he dated a lot of hairdressers, and I think he called it bullshit art, is what he called it.
like that.
Something like that. So he said, Eddie,
Kind of like anybody can do it. Anybody
Yeah.
can do it.
And so I said, all right, cut my hair, and he did a great job.
So there's a continuing Canadian connection because one of Danzig's drummers was
Canadian?
Biscuits?
Chuck Biscuit.
And he was Canadian?
Chuck Biscuit is from
Vancouver.
It's from Vancouver. He used to play in DOA.
Vancouver today.
And you're in Vancouver today, and it continues on My Chemical Romance because Chuck Biscuits also drummed in the...
Circle Jerks.
He
We have
drummed...
Keith Morris on our record.
Keith Morris, what's the connection between My Chemical Romance and Keith Morris, Circle Jerk Dude? You thank him twice on your CD, twice!
He is a great guy who came out to see us in New York at the CMJ Music Marathon, and we became friends right about then. And then when we did the record, Frank ran into him in a convenience
gas station.
and he asked him if he would be on the record. It was one of the most amazing experiences ever.
And you ended up directing him. Here you are working with one of your idols, Keith Morris from the Circle Jerks.
Him and Frankie were there.
I was up in the vocal attic with him, and I was at the control board with the callback buttons and everything, like pushing the buttons. And because I don't think anybody working with us knew who he was.
No.
We were like so excited, and they were just like, "Why are these guys so excited?" And you know,
How do you think Keith felt about that? Like, here you are, the new youngins on the block, My Chemical,
romance.
and you've probably sold, at least a couple million, right?
No, not nearly that.
Well, Keith Morris would think about that. So I think he thinks, sitting in the vocal booth, and there's these youngins yelling at him, do this, and he's thinking, these guys are taking over and they're telling me what to do.
No, he asked for that. He actually asked for direction. We didn't want to tell him to do anything because what he was doing was awesome. Like, he was telling stories, he was telling jokes. We had him all on tape. He was singing, he was yelling. It was just awesome. He wanted direction. A lot of guys, like, once you switch hats like that, you know, you want direction. Like, you could have probably Steven Tyler or somebody, and once he gets up in that thing, he wants somebody to direct him. I feel that way.
But he wants some payback too, doesn't he, My Chemical Romance? Because didn't he say to you guys, kill everyone now?
He did. I think he called up Frank.
Oh, that was probably before a show, right?
Before a show, and said to kill everybody. Yeah, and Frank still says that to me every time we talk on the phone. Kill everybody.
So here we are with My Chemical Romance in Vancouver, BC, Canada. We have Death from Above. We have that other band you played with Face to Face.
Seconds to go.
Seconds to go. We have Chuck Biscuits. We have the Circle Jerkian connection. But we have another band, too, that you thank on your CD, My Chemical Romance,
Moneen.
Oh, Moneen.
Moneen!
That's right. Moneen is a very awesome band. We did the Reggie and the Full Effect tour with them. Great guys. They come out and see us every time. We did some fun shows in Quebec, I think, with them, or Montreal. And they're great.
We just saw them last time when we were in Montreal, I guess.
Everybody's hair is really long.
You thank the Moneen. I think they might have dreadlocks, don't they?
They have Hippie. Hippie has dreadlocks, but they all have way longer hair now.
And they rock, too, don't they?
They rock. They rock hard. They're great performers. Great rock.
We did this, the last show of the Reggie tour that we were on with them, we were playing practical jokes and stuff on each other, and like, I remember Kyle jumped, like, climbed the friggin', up on this PA speakers, like, he must have been like 20 feet high. I don't know, it was high, and he jumped off and like was still playing his guitar and did like this front roll flip while he's playing, and he's just amazing. They're a great band.
Not like your front man who's doing Axl Rose moves.
Yeah, I've never seen him jump off speakers before.
Yeah, come on, get with it.
I don't mess with that stuff. I don't mess with that stuff at all.
Man, he's got his ass.
I don't want to hurt myself.
How much of a leash do you keep on your front man in My Chemical Romance?
You really can. You just kind of let him do his thing, and you know.
How about the after parties and stuff? Do you know what he gets up to? Do you know what Gerard gets up to?
Wild video game play.
Because there's
disgusting video game.
Well, there's another Canadian connection that I don't think you knew. I don't know if he told you about it, but you were spotted partying with Hot Heat.
Oh, that's right. Hot Heat. They're a Canadian band. See, we're finding out all these bands that we like are Canadian. Hot Heat. Yeah, they came out to see us a couple times. They came out in London to see us. Mm-hmm. They came out in L.A. to see us. They're great guys. And we went bowling with them at the Used record release party. Some of the coolest, sweetest, most down-to-earth guys I've ever met. Ever.
More Canadian connections with My Chemical
Romance.
My Chemical Romance. Now, looking at you guys, it doesn't look like you are wearing bulletproof vests.
No, but we have them right over here. I'll go grab them.
You really do have bulletproof vests.
Yeah.
What's the deal behind this?
I don't know. It was Frank and Gerard's idea. They came up with it, and we were in Japan, and there was a store that had them.